people were trying to create a movement about homeschool plans, and they are also professors.
¿Puedo hacer la transmisión en vivo?
Nada más aguas, porque otra vez te metiste en mi Facebook.
Sí, me equivoqué. ¿Dónde? No me aparece eso, ¿no? Que transmito en vivo. Pausa deshabilitada, ocultar, a ver. Ya, acá está. Ya vi. 5 minutes.
Ya pusiste transmitir en vivo.
Ahorita iba.
Y o sea que internet está para ayudar, ¿no?
Como Pablo.
Sí. Pero eso es lo que te hablo de decir que ¿dónde?
Sí.
¿Estás escribiendo nada? Y además, precisamente no sé por qué no se ve. Es un...
I'm very interested in the cigar box's advertisement about stop smoking, to stop smoking, and make research if it works or if it not works.
Home for Humanity, ¿está bien?
No,
Really fun. Like people die from that. So it's really interesting that if it works, I mean, if it works, it's really cool that you can prevent deaths with communication.
Hay una convención internacional a partir de la cual se hizo eso. Sí. Sí, se llama, y tiene así como COP, como la de cambio climático, es en el marco de Naciones Unidas. Y México es, obviamente, por los países signantes, y de ahí se desprende todo eso. Se llama contra el tabaco. ¿Puedo mandar información? Yo estuve en esas negociaciones. National companies. So. No, terrible.
I never see anybody smoking. I never see.
Because we have increased our, but we have done many places where it's smoked. We are there. It's a policy since 10 years ago.
On the streets.
On the street, for example.
Like in Europe, no. In Europe, they smoke a lot. No, it's awful.
Ya lo puse en, o si lo quieres transmitir.
In Germany 15 years ago, people was smoking inside the pub, so it was terrible.
People smoke in the airport. Yeah, it was like that like 2 years ago, right? In Turkey, it was I think it's very interesting. I feel like
Uy, no.
¿Otra es cargador de iPhone, mire? Pero aquí deben de tener los compañeros, ¿no?
Bueno, en el internet.
Ah, bueno, Laura. Acuérdame tu nombre.
Alina.
Alina. Es probable que sea tu compañera. Quiere estudiar también el doctorado. También Laura quiere estudiar el doctorado.
Sí.
A ver si la convencemos. Tiene mucho trabajo.
Sí, pero te puedo poner en contacto porque es mi amiga, una que estuvo súper activa. Eso. Yo empecé con el sexenio pasado al final y con este un año, o sea, estuve en esas reuniones.
Bien, buenas tardes. Les enviamos un cordial saludo. Estamos transmitiendo desde el Centro de Experimentación y Pensamiento Crítico de la Universidad Iberoamericana, Ciudad de México, aquí en Avenida Revolución. Vamos a llevar a cabo esta actividad académica que forma parte de la actividad de admisión de posgrados de la Universidad Iberoamericana. El día de hoy aquí en el SEX tenemos 3 actividades académicas, diferentes departamentos con sus diferentes posgrados, maestrías y doctorados. En el caso de comunicación tenemos una actividad académica que consiste en un diálogo con 2 personas muy importantes, invitadas, que ya se encuentran aquí en el salón del SEX. ¿Cuál es el nombre de este salón? Bueno, todos tienen un nombre, ahorita averiguamos. Y son la doctora Eda Eliff y la maestra Laura Vallejo. Ellas nos acompañan como promotoras, embajadoras, responsables, coordinadoras aquí en México del Festival ETHNOKINO Festival, el cuarto Festival ETHNOKINO. La semana pasada en la Universidad Iberoamericana tuvimos la proyección de 10 cortometrajes etnográficos o antropológicos que pudimos ver con los estudiantes de la licenciatura en comunicación. Y el día de hoy dedicamos esta actividad para ver un documental, especialmente el documental dirigido por la doctora Eda Eliff. Este documental dura 1 hora y bueno, la idea es conversar justamente alrededor de este documental con la doctora Eda Eliff que vamos a presentar a continuación. Primero le doy la bienvenida nuestro compañero, el doctor Carlos Rodríguez Arechavaleta, que ya está por entrar aquí a este salón. Mi nombre es José Samuel Martínez López, yo soy el responsable de la maestría en comunicación. Carlos Rodríguez es el responsable del doctorado en comunicación. Y tenemos ya aquí en el salón algunas personas interesadas en estudiar estos programas de posgrado en nuestra universidad. Así que les damos la bienvenida y les agradecemos por acompañarnos. A las personas que estén viendo esta transmisión vía Facebook o en Zoom, también les enviamos un cordial saludo y si los ven en el futuro, también los saludamos. Voy a darle la palabra entonces, en primer lugar, a Laura Vallejo, a la maestra Laura, para que ella se autopresente brevemente, o me pudiste mandar la ficha.
No, perdón.
Te puedes autopresentar brevemente y después presentar a Eda para que le demos la palabra. Sí, please, para que le demos formalidad, por favor.
Mi nombre es Laura Vallejo. Soy especialista en cambio climático y adaptación y resiliencia, también un poco de prevención de conflictos y de la violencia. He estado trabajando por más de 15 años con agencias de cooperación internacional y en la Secretaría de Gobernación, en la Academia Ambiental que cursé en la Universidad de Oxford. Conocí a la maestra Eda Eliff, ella fue mi profesora en Oxford, y pues a partir de eso generamos sinergias para poder darle otra perspectiva a los conflictos ambientales y sociales a través del arte. Desde luego, comparto con Eda la pasión por transmitir estas problemáticas desde un punto de vista más analítico y más y con una perspectiva más humana de las problemáticas, a pesar de que mi formación sea un poco más en las ciencias ambientales, desde luego estoy enfocada en todas las cuestiones sociales. Le voy a dar la palabra a mi compañera y amiga en estos temas y ella se presentará en el...
Adelante, Eda.
Thank you so much for having us here yet again with you, with the respected colleagues from Ghana. Thank you so much for your invitation and for hosting the ETHNOKINO Festival as beautifully as you did on the 6th of November. Yesterday, interview and today with a small but very important audience. What I would like to say that this film that we made is actually an invitation. We want a different kind of education. We want a different kind of humanization. What we want is a whole new humanity. Who are we? You will see the people who are making the invitation. And the invitation is also for us becoming an urgent matter because the world is burning. There are so many countries in conflict and despair. Here in some parts of the world, we are still able to live our lives in different ways. However, in so many areas, also including in some of the areas in the environment. So we want to come up with solutions. We are tired of always talking about problems. And as an activist scholar myself, I am really trying to dedicate my scientific work not only for elite leadership, just read papers and that's it, but actually to support meaningful causes in the world. So this film is completely a love letter to all of them trying for a better world. And Laura and I also met in a setting of change meeting in Oxford, and I've been spending a month together with Laura. I had the chance to see Laura's life, Laura's work, dedication, her community, her friends, her colleagues, So I feel it's a big honor that you came at this time. You watch this film. And afterwards, we'd love to hear your thoughts. The film is not very, it's not a cinematographic, artistic cinema masterpiece. It's more a patchwork of different characters and different
Ok.
ideas.
Muy bien, y bueno, del lado de los posgrados en comunicación, nos pareció pertinente hacer esta proyección justamente porque es un ejemplo de lo que profesoras como Eda están haciendo en Europa, especialmente en la Universidad de Berna, dentro de un departamento de geografía crítica y en el marco de un laboratorio, ¿no? Dog Lab.
Yes, so we also have, as part of the film festival, which is happening in 7 countries now in Mexico City, in ETHNOKINO, joining collaborators, partners. We also have an online mentoring program called ETHNOKINO, and we have emerging and already established humans participating in this lab, designing their impact stories. And we hope next year to receive Iberoamericana students production. And also that Iberoamericana supports the post-production of countries that
Por supuesto que sí. Bueno, pues empezamos la proyección.
Vamos a apagar la luz.
Apagamos la luz, ¿están de acuerdo todos?
Empieza.
Neresi, hangisi istedim? Oysa ki yani bir bütün atmosferin içerisinde hepimiz aynı havayı hissediyoruz. Kimimiz kirletiyor, kimimiz temizlemeye çalışıyor. Kimimiz yapmaya çalışıyor, kimimiz yapmaya çalışıyor. Bu böyle sürekli gidecek gibi görünüyor. Ama umarım doğru yolu bize bütünleştirici olan
Extract from our vow.
I'm yours.
You are mine.
As man, as woman.
In communion, we strive
To become fully human.
our main goal.
With Yeruzalem,
They give you one great wish. But they didn't stop for too long to give you three, but one I've got it in it. But give me your one great wish.
What is our wish?
How can we co-create the new story for humanity? We brought ourselves to the brink of disaster. Is there any possibility?
How do we co-create home on earth?
Yes, like a home on earth where all humanity can be in unity.
what is the new story?
What is the new story? Well, first of all, I'd have to ask you, friends, you have pieces of it. You have to help me because I've been away for 5,000 years. Give me pieces of what you see as the new story.
Humanity in unity.
Home,
Co-creation.
Transforming inhumanity into humanity.
Full potential of everything.
Cultures and creativity from every part of the world.
A new civilization.
An earth civilization or a human civilization.
what are you willing to do? What are you willing to be to help create this? What are you willing to be? What in yourselves needs to be opened up so that you are ready and prescient and potent and available to the opportunities that now will begin to come your way? What are you willing to change within yourselves? What are you willing to grow within yourself? What upgrade in humanity do you require? It's best to hold the dream that quickens and awakens us from the old sleep into a higher awakeness. Several of you, I begin to sense, have a sense of what is the home for humanity, what does it look like, what does it feel like, what can happen there, what is the great spiritual, psychological, moral charge that carries you forward. Tell me more, because then I can know how to go.
Humanity. Make our home your temple.
Make our life your life.
Make our hearts your altar.
Make our souls your shrine.
Make love our one prayer.
Make silence.
Make unity our vision.
Make creation our creation.
Make light our doorbell.
That rings all day long.
Make joy the nourishment.
Defeat each cherished guest.
Make sharing our sustenance.
And giving our creed.
Make humanity our family.
Each animal our king.
Each tree our sibling.
On our precious Mother Earth.
Oh, make our home your temple.
Make our soul your shrine.
God, it will be lost on no faith on earth, men that life-giving memories. On earth, men that life-giving memories. Feet and that earth. We are one that stands together on this earth. We can co-create our home, celebrate the wisdom of life, understand the past we come from, build the future for everyone. Put a smile in every soul, tell a tale that has to be told. Take the bullets out of our gun. We are one that stands together on this earth. We can co-create our home, celebrate the wisdom of life, understand the path we come from, build the future for everyone. Put a smile in every soul, tell a tale that has to be told. Take the bullets out of our gun. My words are into my melodies. 25 years of searching for meanings of peace. For as long as I remember, I've been asked where you from. I still believe the same. I say, I'm from my mom. Imagine a world with no walls, no fears, no orders, no words that are possible. Just take a look at your other. Forget race and grace, where all sisters and brothers. Not want to wait for the brave and hear her.
Good morning. I'm a Dr. Rama Mani's proud mother, 83 years old. I live in Bangalore, and this is also one of the Home for Humanity place where every year we have this beautiful celebration of Home for Humanity, getting people of like-minded people, they all come, and it is a wonderful get-together, friends, my grandchildren like Eliff, and they're also my grandchildren, Eliff and Jehan. Biggest dumping ground. All the rubbish, dead bodies thrown here, sick people, the rubbish from the hospital. And one child fell, they built the ward. And just look at how it is inside. Dump Asia. Why? Coming from all over India and other countries and dumped here. Money. This is all the area needed to cover the first member of Kuru. She works in all of this, every single house. She knows every single house, every single And the songs of her area where she works. And this is the seat of the house. This is how we done. 1,400 houses should be part of the house. This is Razia's house. Razia has that's our performance. That's it. And she's speaking. And it's like, we did a performance of theater and transformation together. I don't know, she saved the picture. I teach the children who are working in the dumping ground, collecting rubbish. I bring them here and I teach them. So those who are really talented, she puts them into an English school and there is a father who's helping. So I'm just working to support people and take them ahead. And she's really had it tough. And then she married and her husband was like really bad and he was busy having an affair with another woman. But she was working hard for herself and the children. And one day she got sick of it. She came home, she beat him up, threw him out, and she decided to leave with the kids. And she lived for many years in Pune, taking care of them. And then she came here and she's been doing the chorus work, teaching them. Wow!
Understand what humanity is. I become a human being. Fighting for our rights. Rather than slave for humanity,
into this more intimate space of a home. Not only have we talked about this belonging actually group and a different sense of community, but we also passionate both of us about education, about new forms of learning, began to develop almost a new home-based pedagogy.
Our world is on fire and people are dying. What the hell is going on? When comes the enlightenment? Do we really want to wait until it's too late? Or should we live in embrace and praise a new way where we live together with nature as an earth community? We work together with our partners based on solidarity in communion with the earth. We would need to find the meaning from heart to heart with respect. We show love for all communities. We integrate and hold space for spirituality. We start and celebrate our originality with our arts. We express dreams and stories from our tribes. In the end, we all want to live in peace, history, and kind, something with our own lives and our own ways. Instead of transform our communities, our institutions, society.
What we are using in our work is integral. And integral encompasses everything in ourselves, everyone. But another word for integral, and perhaps this has been a major learning for myself, is love. What this work is ultimately about is to step into the power of love, of unconditional love. Because love, the very end, is being able to look at life in its fullness, in its wholeness, without any filter, just being present for love. And in this unconditional love, we can heal, we can grow, and we can build a new future.
Because what we've realized in our own life journeys and all the work we've done around the world is it always begins in the center, with the inner home of our humanity. And that's where it comes back, up as humanity in unity, the starting point, and therefore the bigger circle is the inner home of our humanity, which is our humanity with ourselves, with each other, with all of life.
And secondly, absolutely vital and the foundation for life is the nature perspective. Building on nature is then the vital dimension of culture. And culture is where human expression, human creativity, the cultural diversity of humanity comes to full life. And this is as important for the development of the inner self as for humanity as a whole.
First, we begin with the program by reciting President Manjushri, led by Asia Gupta.
Think that a leader is a big man who sits in a big office and is very corrupt and very violent. No, is that a good leader? No. Look at your school captains. Are they good leaders? Yes. To become a leader, you must be a good human being and take care of all the people. And all the people must love you and respect you. Do you know a leader like this? Everyone loves and respects. What is his name? Yes. All of us, young people, all of you must be leaders like His Holiness Dalai Lama. So all my life, I try to work for the freedom of our people, with the young people, with the women, always with my humanity. And that is my message to you. Thank you very much, and thank you to the musicians.
They also that there are so many people, children who have lost their lives or family in this world. As one of the commitment of His Holiness the Dalai Lama says that we should treat everybody equally in this world.
Have each our points. So my point is being independent and helping those who really need our hand. This is my point. Thank you.
So my point is guiding those who have lost their paths.
Let's find the golden way. Others equal self. Peace and harmony. No matter how we find the just inside. Because flowers honor and love. Since 1960.
As an integrated community in exile for the care and education of orphans and destitute and refugee children from Tibet. What you have done in this Tibetan children's village is amazing. And your students and alumni have gone all around India, the world, to create a better future for everyone and to bring the Tibetan cultural values to the whole world. We thank you, we congratulate you, we honor you. Congratulations.
So very, very, very. It comes from my mother's garden in Bangalore, and it has to be at the entrance of every home. So I'm thinking my mother's tree.
Friends, I am Thais Corral from Home for Humanity Brazil. Our place is called Sinal do Vale. We are near Rio de Janeiro, in the buffer zone between the Guanabara Bay, the iconic Guanabara Bay, where Rio de Janeiro is located, and the high mountains of Serra do Mar, the sea mountains. And here, between these two areas, there is this valley where we are located. It used to be a coffee plantation. Nowadays is a regeneration campus for the future. We are part of this whole movement called the Homes for Humanity, and we truly believe in the potential of these places which are inclusive, which are integral, in which everyone from every place can feel at home. And here people can express themselves, we can think about solutions that in any other place would be possible, because any kind of knowledge is welcome. And this is what we do at Sinal. We are a very diverse community of people from different nationalities, different educational backgrounds, economical, social background, and still we can together accomplish things that we would think were impossible. And we believe that many homes of humanity should be created by change agents that want to make a difference in the world.
Special award which was created for this occasion to someone who does not know she's getting this award, who is a real inspiration for the women of the future. It's called the Women for the Earth of Home for Humanity.
We do that on behalf of the global movement of Homes for Humanity for planetary regeneration. We're not speaking just on behalf of the two of us, we are speaking on behalf of a global movement.
Can you guess? A lady from this place sitting with us who's going to get this award. The first Women for the Earth Award. Who could it be? Someone whose story inspires us all, who had many challenges in her life. Together with all of you, together with what and then, we to activate this integral solution. So the first ever Women for the Earth Award goes to
an outstanding contribution to regenerating our home planet.
and it says,
Awarded to Christina Moyo Taranike, my Timothy, Zimbabwe, for her embodiment
of women's integral leadership for a regenerative future on Earth, as manifested in her courageous, committed, and innovative contribution as co-founder of the Integral Phoenicia Hera Carbon.
For many, the war is a requiem for a dying global system that has visited untold suffering on people and planet. As a result, the world appears to be in crisis, unmoored, in disarray. Those who control the narratives about how this world should be ordered, polity is governed, and nature harnessed, are finding it hard to accept the end of an era and the dawning of a new one. Nothing concentrates the mind more than a crisis. It is in time of crises that collective consciousness flourishes and the metal of leadership forged. Crises serve as a crucible for the emergence of a new order, where alternative common futures for all find a home.
This cosmographic
came into being during the work here on the place. In this moment, something very special happens on Earth, and this is the change of cycles. One cycle is going to the end. We call it the patriarchal age or old age, the rational age is coming to an end because our civilization is more and more away, moves more and more away from the basics or matrix of life. And there is a seed, something that was created in the past is a seed moves to the new. And the new goes beyond the circle of the cosmogram as a face of Gaia, as a guiding principle.
So today we want to update you on some news from SECAM, which, as you all know, started in 1977 by my late father, Rino Lesch, and was considered a mission impossible in 1977. Nobody did believe ever that he could base an intentional community on biodynamic agriculture, could introduce something called economy of love, and focus in everything we do in SECAM on the potential unfolding of our people and the people around us, and care for the community and develop community. It was clearly a mission impossible. On this path, we are now approaching, I think, a totally new dimension. We are really looking forward to models of upscaling our in Egypt and all over the world. And in this regard, it's only natural that we are joining our forces with those of Home for Humanities, because Home for Humanities has exactly the same idea. And we think that with our experience, with our model, we can contribute to impact many more communities and homes for humanity all around the world.
And that in that spirit, from the very beginning, when we initiated the journey, we reached out to all of those other movements, organizations, which are really working on building a future for all life, and which are in resonance with this, so that we go on the journey collectively to amplify, celebrate, multiply exponentially what could be achieved in this time frame. 2030 is the time when the United Nations hopes to realize the SDGs, the global goals. But if all beings on Earth know that each one of us, whatever our background, refugees, migrants, youth, school students, as much as the elderly, each one of us has a vital part to play in co-creating the future based on our experience, our passion, our unique purpose and vision, starting wherever we are, in our inner home, in our local homes, in our communities, in our movements and organizations, we can have an exponential effect.
The One Home journey, starting as dear Franz Theo and Henry announced next year, symbolically at SECAM with the World Future Council, is going to travel over 5 years to each and every society on our common home. That's one additional historic moment that we witnessed at SECAM, given all the historic moments we had. And this is a very, very special moment, because as we inaugurate the One Home journey, which we did today locally and grounded in the space of culture, and this evening virtually also with our global community, we also announced that the vision of the Unity Park, and unity is a word that is hidden in the word humanity, and stripped of certain letters. Unity seems to be original destination. And the Unity Park is one initiated on a journey in every country on the planet. And we will plant trees. We begin with one. And the tree is always carrying the name of a culture, of a country that is planted there, and the gifts that it brings to the planet. So in time, a Unity Park, and the second Unity Park is today officially inaugurated, which is this beautiful piece of land that Second has dedicated for the second Unity Park now on the planet, is opened with an olive tree. And the olive tree, we all know, stands for...
So there's a lot of symbolism for peace. And peace is not the absence of violence. Peace is the presence of harmony, relationship, which you all spoke about. Now, resilience. This tree coming here has gone through quite a traumatic experience. I put it in a suitcase and covered it in such a way that it would not reveal its identity when it's scanned. And I failed miserably. As I leave the customer all happy, that not only do I have my suitcase, but I have the tree. The custom official says, you have a tree in your home.
And so, olive branch.
He says, I want to see the roots, unknown. Open the, what is it called, I think. So he could touch it and see. With the final destination unclear, because it depends on the modes of transportation, and it depends on the goodness of those who offer you the ride. But deep down in your heart, you have an inner destination. And that is your roadmap. And when that is the case, usually the journey is just as important as the destination. In fact, the journey is far more important. To quote a very famous Nigerian author and philosopher, in urgent times, we need to slow down. To slow down so we can go inside, inwards, and uncover and strengthen what keeps us resilient in times of uncertainty and stress. Reconnect with our values, with our purpose, with our passion. In other words, we need to reach out to the power within, is to identify in your community, in the world, an issue that activates you, a cause that is far bigger than you. Is really an intergenerational journey that all of us should ask. And the question we should ask as we sort of hitchhike from one place to another is, what legacies do we need to leave for the generations that will follow us?
See. Itu perlu. At the time, you sa uomo e affronti la cosa a distanza. Yama, invento vedere anime per convincere dei universi se si femminili che si ama share sacred.
Bueno, vamos a prender la luz. ¿Pasas la cámara, Pablito? Carlos, si quieres sentarte acá al frente para que estés. Bueno, un aplauso nuevamente para Carmen Motion, para Eda. Bueno, nuestro compañero, el doctor Carlos Rodríguez Arechavaleta, que se atoró un poco en el tráfico, pero ya está aquí. Pues, claro, antes de concluir la actividad y salir allá abajo al cóctel, quizá podemos hacer una pequeña ronda de preguntas, de impresiones, comentarios sobre el documental. Muy interesante, muy provocador, muy bonito, ¿no? La música es bastante impactante. No lo sé, a ver, no sé si alguien quiera tomar la palabra, algunas impresiones, o tú quisieras decir algo. El objetivo de esta actividad, yo los explicaba al principio, es mostrar este documental que amablemente nos proporcionó de parte de ETHNOKINO, la doctora Eda, y con apoyo de Laura, que es la representante del ETHNOKINO Festival en México, como un ejemplo de un proyecto que se origina en una institución académica por una profesora, que es la profesora Eda Eliff, y un lenguaje, el lenguaje cinematográfico, para transmitir ideas, preocupaciones, intereses, ¿no? Muy interesante porque, bueno, sabemos que hay otras formas de comunicar los resultados de investigaciones o de procesos académicos, y bueno, el documental es una vía, ¿no? Así que no sé si quieras agregar algo, Carlos, de esto de...
No, lo que habíamos hablado es que tanto para la maestría como para el doctorado y posgrado en comunicación ha sido un reto bueno, yo me imagino para todas las escuelas de comunicación en general, la revolución tecnológica actual y cómo está modificando los cimientos de la información y la información pública, un bien público. En muchos aspectos, entonces, muchas de las premisas de estudio de la comunicación clásicos, pues están quedando muy limitados. Estamos en un momento de redefinición del objeto de la disciplina en general y también esto está teniendo un impacto muy directo en el diseño de los planes de estudio de los posgrados en comunicación y también el perfil de ingreso de los estudiantes. Es decir, las expectativas de muchos de los estudiantes que aspiran a estudiar un posgrado en comunicación están cambiando. Hace 10 años atrás, yo el año próximo cumplo 20 años en la Universidad Iberoamericana y he podido ver la evolución del perfil de ingreso en los posgrados de comunicación. Entraban en perspectivas mucho más ortodoxas de periodismo, de prácticas profesionales, culturas periodísticas, valores periodísticos, roles o comunicación política, espacio público, participación, formas de participación mediatizada en la política, fundamentalmente, y en estudios críticos culturales. Hoy en día hay una evolución muy importante hacia plataformas digitales, producción de contenidos en plataformas digitales. Las fronteras interdisciplinares que siempre fueron fluidas, hoy en día son mucho más borrosas. Los estudios, por ejemplo, de literatura, de letras, de arte,
de imagen, ¿no?
De imagen, de publicidad, de sonido. Hay una interconexión ahí multidisciplinar y hay una especie de pastiche, de mezcla, de hibridación muy marcada por el factor tecnológico digital. Entonces, en este sentido, Samuel y yo hablábamos que el documental podía ilustrar a estudiantes, aspirantes, a estudiar el posgrado muy bien algunas de las formas o algunas de las salidas que podría tener el posgrado en comunicación. Es decir, que no necesariamente tiene que ser las formas estas más clásicas de tesis, de investigación, de trabajo de campo, en el sentido de investigación, sino que también podría haber formas distintas de producir contenidos sobre temáticas globales, transversales, multiculturales, etcétera, y problemas, digamos, muy contemporáneos, que son nuevos, además, de sociedades cada vez más de identidades fluidas, heterogéneas, transversales, y en este sentido el documental es un reflejo de hacia dónde podrían ir, ¿no? Y en ese sentido, pues agradecemos mucho, ¿no?
Claro. Es un honor tenerlas aquí para esta actividad.
Sí.
Yeah.
Ojalá se pudiera planificar, bueno, no sé si se pudiera el año próximo, en alguno de las tantas actividades que tenemos, incluir una muestra.
Bueno, vamos a seguir colaborando
Documental.
con Eda y con Laura para otros proyectos, por supuesto. Pero, ¿quieren? Podemos hacer una ronda de impresiones o comentarios, quien quiera. Adelante, Alina.
First of all, start saying thank you for this big task. I think it's something that the world really needs, and I can see in your project that in the front, in the back end, it's a really laborious thing to do. It's really hard. We get like very easy because you've made the good job of communicating it through a multimedia asset. Like there's sound, there's music, there's picture, there's video, there's poetry, and it's a multimedia, yeah, it's a multimedia asset that really communicates what you guys are doing, which is so important and so transcendent on the world right now. I think it's something that the world always has needed, and there has always been this kind of things since thousands of years ago, but it's really interesting to see it in maybe an academic perspective. And congratulations and thank you for the great job you've done and how you communicate. Thank you for being here.
I would like to say something. Right now, I think in Mexico we are being violent. What can I say is that in Mexico we really think that
Yes.
you know, right now this is the transmitting this again in Mexico. I think it's something that we need a conflict.
It's coming. Alexander Ramos were at Puerto and
Ayer se presentó este documental en el Huerto Roma Verde, ¿no? ¿Ayer fue? Ah, fue otro.
Because this one, they've already seen in the beginning of this year. They were, but we finished the film and then they came to Mexico. And then the Mexican community said we want it also here. And so next year, March, they will come back and do a whole week with a lot of students and a lot of faculty members on integral methodology of transformation. So you are all welcome.
Ah, claro.
You're invited to meet them. As you see, they're academics, but they're very performative. They're really into poetry and theater. And I'm into filmmaking, so we kind of united.
Claro.
And then we have a lot of musicians contributing. So, and then they forced me to make a song at the end, which I didn't want to. It was wonderful. But they said that, you know, it can be interesting to mix match all this different styles. It was also for me, from a filmmaking perspective, it was very new that I did something so crazy because it's a mix match of many things. Normally, I always did ethnokic films, so it's more cinematic and the art speaks to itself, less talkative. This one is very talkative. And imagine this film was 4 hours long. it was very hard to cut this film because there were so many scenes that we were super attached to, and it was so painful to take them out. So what we did was to create little excerpts, and we will share them later. But we had our Tibetan musician friend. We had a whole chapter there. We had other people whose interview we couldn't include. We had so many, because it's a big community. It was so hard to do justice to each and every person in representation of humanity, because humanity is so diverse. But we said it's very difficult to put hundreds and hundreds of different cultures in 1 hour. So it was really hard in that sense. But we say it's a journey, it's an ongoing journey. And the film is really to inspire people to join the journey. And joining the journey means basically, you could be a university, you could be a person who is running a workshop, you could be someone who has an atelier, a cafe, a restaurant, whatever you are, whoever you are, you can always disseminate the value, the inner value that sometimes we just forget.
Wow.
Because life's so complicated, but we forget. So it is a bit awkward to say, but we need to reteach ourselves what humanity means, because we forget it. So it's a constant inner work to remind ourselves. So how do we treat each other? How is our relationship to our students, to our superiors, or to how are we dealing with each other? You know, first inside, and then it circulates, it goes to community, then societal level. That's why we feel it becomes a movement, more and more and more and more people. It's just reminding us of humanity. I think it starts at home. So like Laura opened her home to me for a month. It's big service to humanity. It is, because she's hosting someone who's dedicated, tired, but working constantly on creating a movement. So she's doing something. And also she does it in her own ways. Do it in your own way with your students. You know, you are really very caring for this. So this kind of things, but not to also preach people on values, not to preach people. Like, I really am afraid sometimes they may think we're like Jesus trying to, you know, bring about something that may be taken, misunderstood. A little bit of, sometimes I'm afraid, because usually they try us, they want us not to mix with science, they want us to separate it, but we say spirituality back in science.
Y es muy claro eso en el documental, es inspirador en esa parte, ¿no? Por eso la música contrasta muy bien el discurso de las escenas en Egipto, en el Tíbet, ¿no? Estas...
Yeah, for instance, Tibetan school is very spiritual, but it is a school teaching about Buddhism, but as well as science, mathematics, and they're teaching values. So the students had very deep, profound values when they were sharing with us. When we asked about their visions, they were all about passion, of course, because they have Lama, who is big leader, moral leader. And then we try to show different examples, but they are very brief because of the limitation of time. But we have a channel, Humanity has a channel, and to inspire people, they always put lots of videos dedicated to each partner and collaborator. So it's like hundreds of hours of footage of people trying to do it. And we try to visualize them as much as possible.
Hay un sitio web, ¿no? De Home for Humanity.
Home for Humanity be not earth. Not gold. Yeah.
Thank you. ¿Alguna pregunta, comentario? ¿Qué te gustó, Pablito?
No, o sea, creo que, o sea, definitivamente es un documental que tiene un mensaje muy fuerte y está muy bien ejemplificado en cada parte de uno se va parando. En especial la parte que presentaba un dijo la de esa villa donde hay
Niños.
niños.
Muy bien. ¿Alguien más? Adelante.
Actually asked this, but since the Universidad Iberoamericana is a Catholic school, I really have the doubt that why did you take a figure such as Jesus, who has been such an important figure in love, and he said, love each other like I love you. But why does the Dalai Lama take a face, but not Jesus? Too?
Actually, Dalai Lama was just there because of the Tibetan children Buddhism. So it's a parallel. That's why. And that's a very good question because we didn't want it to, as I said, I didn't want it that they see, but now probably it's seen as Buddhist film rather than,
Sí.
you know, that's very true. But we tried to put, like, there is a scene, there are very few scenes, but they're very quick.
It's the bread.
Exactly.
That's a Jesus bread.
Exactly. I mean, we have a Sufi one in dervishes, they're very sweet, they're very quick, but you're very right, it's very difficult to do justice. But I meant, like, I didn't want to, when I said, like, I didn't want to use like, Jesus was more in the sense that I didn't want them, that we are trying to focus the kind of, because that's a completely different that's kind of a holy thing. And I just think we need to be very careful. Because they can be misunderstood. There are, I think, the representation in terms of religion, it's mostly, we still have mostly the Christian community a lot because we're in France, we're in Europe, so that is, we took it for granted. We had Palestine as a case, exemplary. We had to take it out. Couldn't put it because of the incredible, they were kind of not even allowing people to talk, not even allowing people to show films about Palestine. That's, periods, not so long ago. Islam, not even that who are white. So actually, since the film mostly made but probably we don't want to emphasize too much. I think Dalai Lama is there to answer your question because he's also accepted a lot, maybe from a moral level. And then we think about that he's a priest actually. But that's my conception or my bias. And my surname is Tibet.
¿Pero es autoseleccionado o así es? Así es. Sí. Ah, ok.
So there is a connection of our community to Tibet.
Mm.
So I think that's. I think it's just a thrill that we met someone at that scale. But that's a very good point. I will bring that.
we try to just. That there is a very unfortunate video, and that he has, he's very open and so forth. But I know a lot of Tibetan activists, Tibetan community members who explained from their perspective what that meant from their cultural perspective. So there is a tradition of grandparents actually kissing their grandchildren and by showing the tongues. There is a tradition, like there is a culture. So probably there is a moment when he remembers something and he does it, and it's super unfortunate. And of course, his biggest enemy is the Chinese intelligentsia.
Claro, en la época de las redes sociales.
They cut, they take the video and from the other.
Sí.
And everybody forgot all the things.
La cultura de la cancelación.
I mean, what so people like continuously banning the Dalai Lama, he is really for interfaith dialogue.
Okay.
There was a cultural misunderstanding, like people that really would not, how to say, from my perspective, which I am 100%. I've been studying and following what is community culture, teachings, and so forth. But of course, we should never romanticize. Papa also had a lot, as people who had a lot of stories about popes and not only this pope, or in the history.
I'd like to add some comments about the movie, and from probably a more institutional perspective, and also thinking about this point when we are really trying to understand the role of these big institutions, like the United Nations or those international organizations. I think the proposal is sparkling what is coming in the next years and for the following generations, especially with youth, because as we have seen, we have achieved very important goals for humanity within those institutions. The way that they have been working is no longer visible, such as what we are facing right now in our oil producer country holding the Pope, that is super, like, of course I'm not saying this from the role I play on these negotiations or whatever I can say, but it's like difficult to understand, So I think first you are contributing with the responsibility of putting that seed and putting those ideas into a short or a movie where we all can see it and start to ask ourselves, what is our future? What is our role? And what is our present? Because a novel who is recognizing what we are doing, reflecting on what we have done well, and probably can be enhanced or changed. But on the other hand, it's also giving some ideas of where, because you probably are going to say, yeah, of course I don't like this, or Sasha or Pablo, these the younger generations, but how? So I think this how, and it's always important, especially in research, if we are going to work on a process, and this activity is under the framework of so for research in the end, it's what we do on a PhD or on a master's. It's like the how. I always say when I am starting to write something or preparing projects or this theory of change things, it's the how. So I think the contribution in an overall, not minimizing all aspects, but it's the how. So love, of course, unity, those values that you mentioned in the beginning of the movie are the key things that we can consider to start in the how for this future purpose for a new humanity, hopefully. I'm a citizen of the world, you probably, of course, know that. And it's complex. I always reflect on this because wherever I go, the second thing that people think when I say I'm Mexican is, oh, tropics. Yeah. And then it's like, yeah. So probably I can say, yeah, it's a biodiverse country. We also have a lot of, it's not only the nature because it was granted by the earth, but also all the cultural things, and we also have science, technology, even on politics.
Arts, claro.
Arts, and also there are other things that even we have very good politicians and a framework of laws and many things that are really valuable. It's like, okay, but 16 years ago, I was talking with a very good friend of mine in Germany. So I told him, I kind of hate that wherever I go, people say this, and he said, I'm German. So I said, well, okay, I got it. And then it's always like, we are going all the time with these stereotypes, forgetting that I'm not only Mexican, I'm a woman. I identify myself as a woman, and I also identify myself as a human. And I can connect, probably because I speak a little bit of English, or I can connect wherever I have traveled to Asia, Africa, of course, Europe and South America, and many places, and I can connect with many other things apart from tacos. But also, like, really being connected by the willing, probably for a better world, but also for other things that are important as arts, as communicating in a proper way, or being gentle to all kinds of people. So I always think like I am not representing myself wherever I am abroad. It's like I'm representing my country. So at least I want them to keep the idea of, once I met a Mexican woman who was, and I'm going to take this, probably this is going to be my last comment. 6 months ago, I have a very good friend who is Finnish. It's a diplomat. We were walking on Cuauhtemoc neighborhood, Colonia Cuauhtemoc. And then she has a remarkable career, and we were walking and speaking. It was probably 11:30 p.m. because we were in a restaurant and so on. And she said, I just want to be remembered as a kind person. And I said, yeah, I don't want to be like a very technical, or I train people, or I did that, I designed this policy, I did that, and so on. Yeah, I was paid for that. That's my responsibility if I was paid for that. But what I want from all of you at least this night is that you think about me as a kind person. So I stole that from my friend, and I'll keep it for my entire life. Gracias.
Muy bien, Laura.
Gracias.
Muchas gracias. Pues bueno, les agradecemos que nos hayan acompañado a las personas que están en Facebook o en Zoom o verán pronto esta actividad académica. Con esto vamos a cerrar esta actividad de la proyección de este documental y los invitamos a pasar aquí abajo a la explanada del SEX para que sigamos platicando y aprovechemos el cóctel que los compañeros de admisión nos tienen. ¿Quieres decir algo, Carlos, para despedirnos?
Sí. pues nada, agradecer, ¿no? Una vez más la presencia y la actividad, y que ojalá que lo que nos están viendo que sirva de estímulo, ¿no? De incentivo para interesarse en los posgrados de comunicación que ofrecemos.
Perfecto, muchas gracias. Buenas noches a todos.
Gracias.